XDGamer later walks back on this, claiming it was just an image from Reddit, yet there was no age verification whatsoever on the person whose picture this was, and he was literally posting it to children for no reason whatsoever, and he's got literally no proof that it even came from Reddit, so great job there, XDGamer. So my point still very much stands. This person also has my self-harm images from when I was 16 saved on his computer, and has reposted the images multiple times to other minors and has made disgusting comments about them. He has also given these images to his goons, who then proceed to upload it to Roblox and post it in their Holocaust games. XDGamer also doxes multiple minors and then blackmails them with their information, stating that they will publicize it and put their family in danger if they don't do what they say. For example, they doxed a 13-year-old moderator of mine, blackmailing them with it to try and give him webhook permissions, then raiding my server with my dox information after he got webhook permissions. Like, literally, he is blackmailing children with their personal information to try and aid him. So when he eventually did raid my server, he linked to false documents and was literally being racist, posting all my information on my server. XDGamer is also friends with literal Nazis, who consistently reposts Nazi propaganda and anti-Semitic things. They also repost executions and repost not safe for work content to deliberately expose minors to inappropriate content and gore, who are literally following them and monitoring their accounts. And they also posted not safe for work content to a literal 15-year-old, and they also made terroristic threats on me and my family, showing my house built in Roblox getting blown up by pipe bombs, and then also gunning me and my family down. It's absolutely disgusting. They also made gun threats to Roblox, made a plethora of disgusting racist comments, made shooter edits, and even made a Holocaust game on Roblox, which allowed CP art of me to be used as decals, and also posted my face and also my self-harm images onto the platform. When XDGamer made his server, in which allowed disgusting comments to be made against me and threats, his friend, a person named Cami, who was someone who took my old Twitter alias and tag, said he would send not safe for work in the server, and then he proceeded to post the aforementioned CP art of my character getting R-worded to Delta Scheme, who was in the server, who was literally 14 years old. And the server allowed this to happen, so basically all of these users, XDGamer, Cami, and the fanpage person, are all in cahoots with each other, and have all posted NSFW to minors. XDGamer did this when me and Solus confronted him in 2022 December about what he's done. He literally reposted disgusting things. These people have all done the same things they attempt to try and criticize other people out on, and they're literally put on a platform higher than everyone else, because oh look, he's going after Paulus, so he must be a great human being. An enemy of my enemy is a friend. And the fanpage person even shows a video of my face with their body fluids spurted all over it, in which they claim was shampoo. Yeah, I'm sure that white liquid was clearly shampoo, and when confronted about, okay, show proof that it's shampoo, show your shampoo bottles, he literally didn't reply with any. But now you get to know how bad these people are. Now, when I bring up the context, of course, behind XDGamer and his associates and friends, people state that the acts are no excuse for what I did. However, they negate the vital context behind this person. Keep in mind, XDGamer, the person who made this slanderous document on me, has a massive vendetta and bias against me, and has made it his life goal for over a year to non-stop harass me, slander me, and to try and push me to suicide once again, because they tried to do that in November and almost took my own life. They are desperately trying to pull any narrative they can to try and call me a pedophile, to try and hurt and damage my reputation and ruin my life. The document XDGamer forged under my dad's docs legal name, in which he started purporting all over the internet, is just another example of them trying to over-exaggerate the situation, or any situation, and warp the context to make me look absolutely horrible in it, even though I barely have any culpability in this situation. This is just part of the extended smear campaign these individuals have initiated on me for the longest period of time, coming up to 400 days now. They can't even be consistent in the narrative they uphold. They claim it was a not safe for work server, then they claim it's a suggestive server, then they claim it's a softcore NSFW server. Like, please pick a narrative. But I'll go over the reality behind the situation after I go over many other points these people have attempted to use against me to try and pin me as a pedophile. Now, Enzo Shorts, who is someone who has sent genitalia mutilation gore to minors, is extremely hate-filled, racist, and bigoted, and trust me, there are absolutely tons of screenshots regarding this behavior and supporting the narrative I've just stated. He even extorted people for money, as he was the main figurehead behind the YouTube Terminus situation, and he should not be trusted at all. He's literally a compulsive liar. So anyway, this guy is associated with XDGamer's Goon Squad, and they have attempted to edit proof of me, quote-unquote, accidentally showing a cheese pizza folder on a live stream. Of course, many people started pushing this completely false claim out merely because they dislike me, have a bias towards me, and hate me, and I had to deal with debunking these incessant lies and slander for hours that day. The truth is, he literally edited the image, and you can see a black outline around the image if you actually look close enough, showing how it was literally edited on Photoshop or something like that. And people called him out on this lie after the timestamp was found in my unlisted stream, in which showed the real file and what it was called. It was literally just a file in which had starter images for this computer in which was used. Like, it was literally nothing else. These people just forged something as serious as this to try and screw with me. And this person obviously just maliciously forged proof as part of their collective smear campaign against me to try and expose me for something I never did. And many people, keep in mind, ate this story up. There were even videos made on this, which are now taken down because the guy who made that video was literally giving me death threats and spreading libel slander against me. This follows with this Enzo guy also purporting a completely false story stating Paolo victim comes forward. Someone today DM'd me with credible evidence, including hundreds of screenshots, and testified that Paolo groomed them at 15 years old, exclamation mark. Like and retweet to get this disgusting pedophile off the platform. Hashtag cancel Paolo, hashtag Paolo groomed me. Now this quote-unquote victim claims in December of last year I messaged them and that they were 15. So first of all, even if this was true, which it isn't, I would have been literally 17 years old, and that age gap dynamic of 1 or 2 years wouldn't even be pedophilic. This person also conveniently asked for their name to be blurred. I wonder why. Maybe because these are totally false allegations and never happened. And if I did send nude images of myself when I was 17 to them, which never happened, they literally had them in a supposed Dropbox here, in which would literally be considered as possession of CP. Also, furthermore, no screenshots are ever shown of message exchanges, nor do they have any actual proof backing up the narrative that any grooming actually took place, because these people have no idea about the actual definition of grooming or pedophilia. These people misconstrued any random theoretical age gap and deem it as pedophilia, merely because they want to desperately try so hard to ruin my reputation. The term pedophilia and grooming seem to be the new buzzword in the community nowadays to try and ruin the validity of the other side of the argument. Just as in 2016 the worst thing to call a fellow creator would be a clickbaiter or scammer, nowadays libel slander like this just seems to be chucked around the whole community with no verification on the situation, because these people think that they can get away with it with zero repercussions. When stuff like this goes unchecked, people think it's just going to be perfectly suitable that I'm just going to deem you as a pedophile even though I have no proof, but just because I dislike you. Literally, pedophilia in the ICD scale is legally defined as someone who's over the age of 16 engaging with someone sexually who is 5 or more years younger than them. Now notice as well how the full Dropbox link with the quote-unquote proof is never actually shown and the link is cut off, because there is no proof, because there is no Dropbox, because this never happened, and it is just yet another complete and utter lie, and, you know, flat out slanderous and defamatory. These kind of lies render people getting cease and desists at the doorstep and being in legal trouble, so Enzo, you should watch out here, buddy. Also, Side-Eye says engaged in defamation against me, just further ruining his credibility and validity, as if he had any more anyway, because he decided to maliciously crop screenshots set in my public Discord server channel regarding me and Maple, and then he tried to spin a narrative that I was a pedophile because of it. Maple is quite literally 17 and I'm 18, and what was said in the Discord servers are jokes. We never had an e-sex session, and there is no proof of it ever transpiring because it didn't. But this didn't stop Side-Eyes from trying to frame this any way he could. He took a joke, completely out of context, and then tried to state that it was something which genuinely happens. And this wasn't even the first time, and it's certainly not the last time, that he will ever try and frame a content creator as a groomer, pedophile, weirdo. And when people weren't buying this garbage narrative he posted on his YouTube community post, because it was quite literally a 1-year age gap, he states, so an adult having it with a minor is okay to you because it's a 1-year age gap? Yeah, no. And then this person replies with, the frick? It's only 1 year, bro. Some people have gotten married despite being almost a decade apart, and then Side-Eyes just completely brushes that off, doesn't even address it, and states, now you're defending pedophilia. How does that feel? And there's no screenshot here stating, the age of consent where Paolo lives is 16. Shut up, buddy. And then Side Eye states, Paolo is in the UK, Maple is in the US, where the age of consent is 18. Still pedophilic. Don't know what point you try to prove here. And then here's Maple literally stating the age of consent where I live is 16, not 18. It just goes to show that Side Eyes has literally no idea what he's talking about. Keep in mind too, in his original video exposing me, he had cropped out a portion and segment in the video where he was vehemently trying to claim that I was a pedophile. He probably took this out to avoid me using this against him in court. And it's also very funny to see him when he's actually confronted about associating with genuine dangers to people such as XD Gamer, because he literally showed XD Gamer's doxing video on me as his end screen annotations for his original exposed video on me. We've literally got archive proof of this, and he was literally in contact with XD Gamer in the past and had interacted with him on Twitter too. And he also literally attempted to reuse his exact same points. XD Gamer was literally funneling in points to Side Eyes, and when he is asked on Twitter why he's associated with these horrible people, because he normally tries to purport himself as a moral arbiter of justice, well, if he was, why is he associating with these bad people? Well, what he does is he either just ignores the point entirely, doesn't address it, or uses something called ad hominems, in which he will literally just smear the other side and say, oh well, this person did so and so, so why are you defending them? You know, ad hominems, which Side Eyes uses quite a lot, is just a prime example of not taking accountability whatsoever and just completely avoiding the subject at hand. What I find funny too is he associated with Natty Forsyth for the longest period of time. It was only until she actually made a video on him in XD Gamer that Side Eyes broke ties and started calling her a pedophile. Her allegations were out years prior to them speaking, yet he literally remained in contact and never once called her a pedophile. It was only until it was necessary to fit his narrative of attacking the other side and pretending to care about what they did. It's just clear that he didn't really care what Natty Forsyth did, and he's only calling him a pedophile in order to fit his narrative. It's just clear deception techniques and narrative warping. It was only until it was necessary to fit his narrative of attacking the other side and pretending to care about what they did, yet he remained in contact and never once called her a pedophile, only until Natty Forsyth decided to start exposing him. Like, he clearly didn't care. It's a clear deception technique here and narrative warping to try and muddy the waters and ruin the other side and the opposing side of the argument. And it's so easy to pick up on this if you know the manipulation that Side Eyes and these types of people are trying to pull. They're never the moral arbiters of justice in this situation. They've done far worse than what they're trying to claim the opposing side has done, and they'll only really care you've done in the past and use it as bad faith points when you start calling them out for their degeneracy they're doing now. Since we've cleared up all of that, it's time to address the Homotopia server situation head on, because this seems to be a point many people are so uneducated about, hence why there's so many lies spread about it and about my culpability in the situation. Keep in mind, what I'll be using as a script and a backbone to for this video is a defense document I had made, in which XD Gamer and his associates consistently report and get taken down, because they cannot handle the truth coming out. This is just proof of them attempting to silence me, so let's begin. This part of the document has member testimony and full proof in order to debunk the false narratives pushed by XD Gamer and his bad actor associates who are spreading libel slander against me with no proof whatsoever. XD Gamer's document states, Homotopia was a Discord server owned by Paolo under the Cami Femboy account. The server had clear sexual undertones and most conversations were sexual in nature, which was a lie. This included discussing sexual experiences, sexual kinks, and making sexual comments to other members and sending nude images to other members. I never saw that happening, so that's another lie. The rules for the Discord stated nobody under the age of 16 was allowed. That's a lie. This means Paolo was directly allowing underage individuals to be exposed to illicit content. Another massive lie. Even worse, this rule was ignored as some of the most active members were openly as young as 15 years old. This was another lie. He's just trying to warp it something it wasn't. XD Gamer, who is a horrible person who we have discussed earlier, desperately tries to push a narrative that Homotopia was a not safe for work server in which allowed minors to bypass an age verification and allowed them to post explicit content. This is a lie. The server was originally set up as a mutual/follower Safe for Work Discord server under my Safe for Work account for people who most were literally the same age as me, the youngest being like 2 years younger than me, Pyro, who was the 15-year-old who most people always mention, and he was literally about to turn 16 as of June. The server had multiple very active moderators and swiftly banned bad actors from the server if they explicitly violated a rule. Many members can attest we had a stringent anti-pedophile and doxing rule, hence why XD Gamer was banned from the server almost instantly. This server was originally established to siphon supporters from my main Twitter account to a new server like a hangout area, in case of XD Gamer actually finding the main Twitter account and false reporting it, getting it taken down via Twitter, because Twitter would always ban my accounts at the time due to ban evasion. Like literally there's a bunch of accounts which are logged, banning them all randomly for ban evasion because they all went under the same IP. Basically this server would ensure that connections were maintained and that influence could be preserved when a new account was made, so I can ping everyone saying, oh look, I've got a new Twitter account. So basically it was just me planning for the worst case scenario. Basically it was so I could still maintain in contact with my friends and mutuals. One of the mutuals, in fact, I even met up with from Twitter. Eventually, XD Gamer found the server, and so did Taps. And for those who don't know Taps used to be working with Side-Ice in the doxing ring called Zones, and they were both effectively and promptly banned. Taps, as of now, has actually cut ties with Side-Ice and XD Gamer to my current knowledge. And as you can see here, here's a screenshot of XD Gamer getting banned. Additionally, XD Gamer claims how the server was 16+, and brought up how there were 15-year-olds allowed in the server, despite the fact that the server was actually 15+, which many members can actually attest to. And here's one of these testimonies right here with someone establishing that. So this was another deliberate mischaracterization in which XD Gamer establishes, trying to shift the narrative and make it look like this server didn't even adhere to its own rules, and that we openly let younger people in than the age range presented on the rules, and to also state how this was a not safe for work server, when in reality it was a safe for work server, and I had directly campaigned not to introduce any not safe for work channels in the server. So this is all just a flat out lie presented by him in order to vindicate me and excuse his relentless illegal harassment in which he has subjected me and others to for over 12 months. Had XD Gamer essentially even looked at the rules in which was specified, he would have found out the server was not safe for work, and that he had essentially lied and perpetuated a false and slanderous narrative. The age allowed was 15+, because one of the moderators, who was called Pyro, was 15 turning 16 in June, and we will go over the rules later on because there's a lot to cover right now. But keep in mind, we lowered the age allowance because the propagation of not safe for work content in this server was against the rules anyway, and therefore wasn't something that would have affected the judgment of lowering the age. It was just because one of our moderators was in the server turning 16 very soon, and we didn't want to be seen as violating our own rules. There was nothing malicious behind it. If you truly focus on that paragraph, you'll see the amount of blatant manipulation and lies and deceit is actually being slammed into that. Keep in mind, in these testimonies I show, it is literally from users who are active in the server. Had I said any BS or purported a false narrative, they would have been upfront and admitted that I lied. However, I simply have not been lying. The people who actually believe these false narratives against me were never actually part of this server, so cannot speak as for what happened. So I have no idea how these testimonies hold no validity when it is literally from people who were active in that server and had saw what had transpired and happened. And as you can see here, there's a screenshot of me stating, "True. Can you attest the server was not a not safe for work server in which harbored sexualized images of minors?" And then this person states, "What is the person even talking about? I can attest that the server was not safe for work. No one posted not safe for work stuff." Then another screenshot here I state to Pyro, "Alright, and you can attest too that the server wasn't not safe for work," and he states, And then I state here, because there was a rule stating it wasn't, and Pyro states, "Yeah, there was a gay joke here and there, but that was about it." Pyro and other members can literally attest to the fact that there was a rule specifically stating that not safe for work content was not allowed. We literally showed Discord terms of services in which state that. If you ignore that, then you're just ignoring the rules. You're a